Hello, everybody. It's Sag here, and we're playing some more Super Auto Pets. And I have been mentioning that I've been playing some ranked, and that was true. I probably played like 20 or so games, right? I just was feeling like playing when I had some free time. And of course, I was playing Golden Pack. I think I've played a little bit of Turtle Pack, but it's mostly been Golden for me. And as you know, Bulldog was changed pretty recently, right? To start a battle. That's a lie. To after first attack, gain 2 attack. This way, Bulldog can't go crazy with stuff like Crab or something like that to get a crazy amount of health and then still have a lot of attack. This way, Bulldog actually works way better in Golden Pack because before you couldn't get that much health, but the 2 attack that you get, or 4 attack on level up that you get, is actually super real. And you're about to see it here because I'm going to pick up Surgeon Fish. And this was a classic build that I used to actually do with Surgeon Fish Bulldog. But eventually you usually have to get rid of Bulldog. And in this one, I'm just going to keep him for as long as I can because he will actually provide a lot for me. Not this turn because Surgeon Fish will not activate. I need my cherry. Oh, did I mention that all of these games that I'm going to show you today are won on turn 8? That's right, we're going super tempo kings with, I mean, essentially, Bulldog is one of the big ones. Surgeon Fish is another one of the big ones. We've got PDF. I'm actually got a game with Bear and Royal Flycatcher, so you're going to see that too. And essentially all I'm doing is trying to dominate as early as possible to win these early rounds, and then, you know, just win on turn 8. Usually I like to try to win on turn 8 or turn 9. That's usually the big point for me. This positioning was kind of weird. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was thinking, yeah, I would kill a front badger. I didn't honestly expect his badger to be that big, but we won it anyways, so that was great. It's actually because I put the lizard tail in back. And I have been obsessed with taking bear. So basically every time I see it, I take it. Not this time, though. That is a fancy manta ray. I feel like if I have surgeon fish, I tend to go manta ray quite a bit. We also had a ton of wins over our opponent, so that also makes me want to go manta ray. And we also weren't really set up for PDF, but I think PDF was just as good to take. So here we're going to have a level 2 surgeon fish on 7. I've got my beautiful manta ray, beautiful bulldog. Yeah, baboon just for a couple of little buffs. It's just nice to have another tier 3. We actually do win again just barely. That is insane with this round. Level 2 badger does end up almost killing my bulldog, but he trades. And then I just rip another level because I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. And so we just rip this. Now we're just going to be buffing our bulldog. And honestly, our bulldog is probably the only reason we have won every single round here. And it's probably going to continue that way. Hopefully my manta ray should be bigger than the badger. Because I got level 2. And then, yeah, it is just absolutely free for me this turn. I mean, he's got 3 worms, a giraffe, and a badger. It's going to take a little bit more than that to kill me. We're going for level 3 surgeon fish, which I do not do that often. And then I'm just looking for anything here. Yep, cockatoo's nice. We always wanted to hit manta, but it has a possibility of hitting sea lion. I'm actually going to get my level 3 surgeon, which I could have sold for, but I'd rather keep my bulldog for another turn. Give me a little bit more attack here. I think this attack is relevant, especially since we're getting so much health from surgeon fish. I love doing the swaps. We miss it by 1, but that's fine, because my bulldog will just clean up the rest for me, as he's been doing this entire game. And then I didn't expect to win here on turn 8. I just expected to, I mean, take another turn, because I was going to level up surgeon fish into hopefully bop or some other big tier 6. But I just end up ripping a couple of lettuce, which is still great, and I buy an egg. Maybe he gets an early melon. Maybe it pops the giraffe or something. I know it's just gold efficient. There wasn't really much else I wanted anyways. But we just kill him. He just simply does not have enough to take out my team. And even with all that greed, Bulldog pulls through, and I don't get the payoff. And so we're running it back here versus Raimon Dizzle. And I could have swore this was Mump, but I'm pretty sure somebody told me this was Sheep Talk. I have no idea. But this was pretty early on. I think, I don't know, I'm probably only like 1600 or something. Maybe I'm like 1630 or something like that. Like I said, I've only played like 20 or so games. But this was pretty early on in ranked, I think around early, yeah, it was early to mid-September. And as you can see, we're bulldogging again. I feel like Bulldog is just one of those tier 1s that you can just keep for a while. I think Freets has been telling me that you can apple Bulldog and keep him for a while. I'm not really a big fan of that because I do like to get rid of my stuff. But, I mean, as you can see, they want me to just keep going with the Bulldog. Instead, I'm going for a big sea urchin, and I am skipping him. Oh, yeah, we're straight up selling him, too. I'm getting stilt. I'm getting sea urchin. I'm getting African penguin out the wazoo right now. So this is a really strong turn 3. This is a 6-4 urchin, which you do not see very often. That's a pretty strong board, though. I think I just perfectly... Yeah, I had, like, perfect positioning. This got hit. Urchin got hit. Oh, wait, no. Urchin didn't get hit by baboon, did he? I think the stilt did. Doesn't matter. That was wrong, right? I didn't stack that. Let's just make sure. It was probably a replay bug. Yeah. I didn't stack that. I'm going to stack that one, though. Switch up the position. I figured he might do something a little weird here. Maybe double Flamingo, but he just pilled Flamingo. So this one's going to be a little bit tougher to win. But I still can do it because I'm that motherfucking guy. So it's already turn 5 and he's down to 3, which is not good. And this team is a bit more set up for PDF, is it not? So no Manta this time, which I still would have taken. This one is way more set up for PDF. And I'm going to go Sea Lion here. Sea Lion, African Penguin is a great combo. We're going to get all the attack and health that we could possibly need. And we actually, yeah, like this attack really does outpace stuff like Camel. As long as they don't have Rabbit, which he does not. Yep, and then we are just going to take everything out. He's down to 2. Yeah, no health for him, which is really good. So Snail doesn't give health anymore. It only gives attack. Which, in a way, is good, but also bad. Because health is so important for Pack 1. Well, of course, we're going to pick up Flea. Flea PDF is the staple. And I'm going to get my double trigger out of PDF. I think this is better overall. I miss this, which I probably should have thought about. And, yeah, he does a lot. That gets a lot for him. But I still... Oh, no, we end up tying! I actually could have won on turn 7. We end up tying. That's okay, because I messed up this position. Manta Ray, not going to do it for me. But we are going to level up our Flea on 7 into Beluga, which is absolutely incredible. We can do some crazy nasty stuff with Beluga PDF. Especially, there's a thing that I do not get to do very often, which is level up, Beluga eats, and then I get the next best thing. And here it's just not going to happen. The weakness is too much for him to handle. The double PDF. He did get an early Rhino, which is good, but I'm gaining health with Sea Lion. I'm getting Potato. And there's another PDF in fucking shop. So you know what I do? I level up. There's a chocolate cake. I get to play Beluga, chocolate cake onto Fire Ant, and then I can literally sell Blackneck Stealth for Emu and have one of the craziest fucking PDF Emu flea boards on turn 8. I would argue this is unbeatable turn 8. You would need like double croc, right? Because this doesn't have Potato. So if you had a double croc on turn 8, which you can't even buy, you'd have to level up into double croc. I actually do not think you could beat this team. Maybe you could with just one croc, because the Emu would mess it up so much. Dolphin maybe would work too. But, like, how do you expect this to be out turn 8? You just can't. And so, our Potato is going to protect us from the Rhino. Flea is just going to go insane. And then we get a Beluga Chocolate Cake 16 attack Fire Ant. Yeah, there ain't nothing you're doing for that. And it is just a freebie again for turn 8. No loss this time. This was a flawless. Here we go, and I've got my spicy bear flycatcher. So like I've been saying, I have been going for bear flycatchers so much. Another thing you've noticed, do you notice how I buy Bulldog early and I win early, yeah, Bulldog is that motherfucking guy. So he's definitely one you want to consider. If you've been sleeping on Bulldog because of his old nature, you definitely want to reconsider his status now. We love a back Bulldog too. Back Bulldog can usually tie or win for us if we need to. It's close, but we get a double loss there, which is pretty impressive to have a double loss 1 and 2 and still be able to come back. So I let God decide, and it was bear. I mean, God has been deciding that it's been bear all along. So I try to take bear as much as I can. Meerkat, yeah, the early tier 2 Meerkat is actually just so fucking good for Golden Pack. So I can actually make up a lot of the loss in tempo that I receive. Oh my god, that's so funny too. That I have Sea Turtle, give 1 attack, or give 2 health, and he's got Horse, give 1 attack. So my bee always trades with his bee. Oh, it's beautiful. I calced that. If he got level 2 Horse though, I would have cried. Little buy sell, African Penguin there. Pick up my other Bulldoggy. One could argue that I want to put the attack on Bear, but I thought Bear was big enough, and he fucking is. Still is big enough. And we get all those trades, so now we're more than even now. I'm winning. We're going a little Sea Turtle action here. This does look like a weird game. Like, this is a weird setup. This is not normally what you have on this stage, but it's something that we have. I see a little flycatcher there, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy his ass. So we're gonna try to go for level 2 bear. I've got a ton of summon support with Sea Turtle, Slug. Yeah, I'm gonna get my health. We always get to trade with the horse. And since he has a couple of summons too, my Flycatcher actually does something. This guy, I swear to God, does nothing. If you haven't seen his new ability, 3 enemies faint, deal 3 damage to 1 random enemy. So, it's like, yeah, it can work against any team. However, it is not too great. I'll tell you that. Ain't too great. Triple lettuce, though. Triple lettuce can get you out of a lot of situations. That's 3 sushis on turn 6. That can do a lot of things for me. He fucking cupcaked this at least once or twice. But it ain't gonna matter to me. That was a beautiful hit. Wait, I actually think I needed that hit to win. So Flycatcher might be the GOAT. I might have been wrong. He might be the GOAT. And it looks like we have to get a PDF in here because we are just sniping them like crazy. I don't know how we could sneak a flea in, but Lord knows I'd try. I don't think we're going to take that slug. No siree, Bob. And yes, we do want to switch this now. This Meerkat is actually putting in the fucking work for us. We want to be able to trade that garlic unit, so that was perfect. Get that. And then, yeah, my slug is just going to go crazy town on him. Flycatcher sniping too while he's at it. And we just have one more. Level 2 Meerkat. Now, that's what we like to see. And I'm actually not going to buy either of these, believe it or not. Because I wanted to see if we could actually win the game with Royal Flycatcher as I buy a singular apple. And with that, all he did was rip a bunch of food into Seal. Buy another garlic on Doo-Doo. But I replace it. The garlic, so we can actually trade here. And then, would you look at that? PDF is going to be enough damage, along with my Flycatcher, to just win on turn 8. Crazy that we can win with Bear Flycatcher level 1 on turn 8 there. But, I mean, he was just like... when you brain dead scale, you're not going to win, brother. Alright, and then we have the last game here, which I was actually playing on P4 Smelly against Twerkin' on Mountaintops, because my entire replay system was full. I do think it's very cool that you can actually save your replay codes, and then just, even if it's out of the replay system, you can go back and look at it. So I actually did that for one of my games, but I kept the rest in the replay system, just switched over to Pack 4 Smelly, and played a couple more games. I was feeling a few more games. Like I said, I only played like 20, maybe 25 or so. And this was one of the games I played on P4 Smelly. Of course, I was like 1630 or 1650-ish on my main account. Have to go back to 1500 if you swap accounts. Okay, come on, Cone Snail, don't do that to me. But yes, continuing that trend of trying to win on turn 8, African Penguin does wonders for me. We did not get Bulldog this time. We had to run with the Lemming. But I wanted to show this game off because there's a different unit that we're going to be utilizing that you do not see that much of, but you cannot be sleeping on it anymore because of its new change, essentially. Hit another fucking African Penguin there. You know how I get down. And then this is a great setup because they're going... This is like old 2022 or maybe even late 2021 setup where you're going like full lotto tier 4 to get like Bison tier 3s and like shit like that Penguin. So we level up into Slug Saiga. And you're like, oh, I could take Slug, but Saiga is usually the way you want to go. I can't remember what I was feeling. Yeah, I was feeling like an easy Saiga. Another Lemming there. I think I might take this Flea because I obviously see he's going to go for something very large with the duck. So I figured that would be good. Double Baboose here. I mean, double lettuce. How much more can a man really ask for? Not much more. However, he does the exact 2021 play, which is level 3 duck, Bison. So he did level up a few times. He could only buy one thing. We'll have to see the other things he got next turn, but that is, he's losing on tempo so hard, and I get to level up into our boy Vaquita. Now, we did see a Manta Ray there, and usually you would just Manta Ray, but we do have Saiga Antelope, and now with Vaquita, at a minimum, gaining 4 trumpets is really, really solid. You wouldn't even need Saiga, but if I didn't have Saiga, I would have taken Manta, so... This way, we do actually get to use the Vaquita, and we are going to get a ton of fucking trumpets. 50% more is not bad. So we did actually just straight up get the Bison Penguin level 3 play, which is the perfect thing that you could get with that lotto, I would think. Maybe you'd want Turtle, too, because I have a Flea. Did not get the Toidle, though. And we're just going for level 2 Flea. I figured that I would just buy a little Manatee for now. I wanted to get a few more attacks so I could trade stuff a bit more effectively if it came down to it. And I do. Not really in the way that I was thinking, but I do. And then here, yeah, getting rid of that sucker for another Vaquita. Honestly, Chocolate Cake might have been the way, because I could have Chocolate Caked this Vaquita, but then when I have to combine, they're going to be huge. So I just ended up not doing that, and instead I buy a banana. I would want to save the level up for turn 9 anyways. A lot of level up saved for turn 9 that unfortunately never come to fruition, because I am just way too fucking strong. He even gets a level 2 Penguin turn 8, but it's start of turn. Your shit just ain't big enough for the both of us. And we easily win with double Vaquita, Saiga Antelope on turn 8. So I am just tempoing out like crazy here in these games. And this is the last game that I will show you. This was against Lyco, and I'm pretty sure this was a Pack 2 mirror. So I did the same thing where I went Bulldog, but I had to go Magpie instead. He gets the triple Opossum, which is really fucking good in the mirror. And it is much harder to fight against that in the mirror. No Gazelle, so this doesn't work as well. But I mean, look, he's me but better in every conceivable way. We do tie, though. But he's going to be slightly ahead of me on stats, and all he needs is one cherry, and his Surgeon Fish is going to go sicko mode. I would have much preferred a Surgeon Fish over a Baboon. However, Baboon's still good, right? You still need a little bit of stats. Maybe I could have gone a bit more tempo in hindsight. Maybe I'll skip forward a little bit more. This is still a turn 8 win, believe it or not. Let's go to here. So we're on turn 6. Not much can be said for me. I'm greeting out for Stoat, because at this point, he got a Manta Ray. I mean, he's fully set up. He has a level 2 Surgeon Fish on turn 5. I mean, it's just fucking hard for me. And the person who wins on turn 8, you can probably guess, was not yours truly. We do take a Falcon, though. I do try to get another level up, and it was kind of all contingent on getting something big out of Stoat. Because I can't even kill this Weasel. And so I automatically lose, going down to 2. And out of this Weasel is a level 2 sea lion, which is actually nuts. This board is just great. If I was playing against any other pack, or honestly, even if I was still playing the mirror and he didn't just hit like crazy with Surgeonfish Manta, I think I could actually come back a little bit. But his life advantage just sharts all over me. And I do a double stoat sell, double dote, and I get 2 PDFs, which, you know, maybe I could have taken it, but I end up not doing that. And I figured that this position would be a bit more advantageous. Runs the front Weasel, but he gets a fucking crane. He gets a crane on his level up. So again, I still cannot make it through. I mean, he's just got it all. Everything he needed, he got. And so that just leaves me in the fucking dust to eat mud with the rest of the plebeians. Because I just can't make it through. Even if I block here, right, I miss that. I still can't kill because it's 1 off. And then I can't kill this, and he had a banana anyways. And I get smoked with another turn 8 victory. Like, that's crazy. This board is so strong. And I just got absolutely clobbered with Surgeonfish Crane Manta. God, I love that setup too. I run it so much. But that's going to do it for me. Hope you enjoyed some of these versus games. Maybe I'll play a little bit more, but usually it just depends on how I feel. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Politely smack that like button's ass on your way out. And you know what? Have a wonderful day.